Hi everyone, welcome back to a little work day in the life here. So I am actually working from home today and Corey just left to go do work in the office. And so I'm still getting ready for the day. That was in my hair. I definitely am not moving very fast today. Couldn't tell you the time because I still need a clock in this bathroom, which I might actually go get today. So I'm not moving very fast. He already left for work and normally, so it's gotta be like almost 8 o'clock. Haven't ate breakfast yet. Just literally doing my makeup, but since I'm running somewhat behind and I don't want to like wreck the entire day, I'm just gonna do some really light makeup. My hair's been a little bit wild, so I had to give it a little bit of attention this morning, which took some time, but I'm probably going to just do like, this is the e.l.f. Halo Glow liquid filter, so whatever. I consider this kind of like foundation. I'm just gonna do some of this and then probably like blush because I can't skip blush. I just love me some blush. And then like brows mascara, powder, call it a day maybe. This is what I'm thinking. We'll see. I feel like I do this where I'm like, oh, I'll do light makeup, and then I'm like, oh, but this product's in my makeup bag, I should throw this on quick, and then it turns into a whole thing. So you know how it goes. But anyway, I'm working from home today. It is a Tuesday. My boss is actually on PTO today, and so I am not going into the office. I know I've talked about this before in my videos or on my channel, whatever. I'm an administrative assistant, so my job is to support my boss. And when he's not there, since he is where the majority of my work comes from, it is a lot quieter when he's gone, obviously. And so I like to work from home, and he is very okay. Like if he's gone and I want to work from home, like he's totally okay with that, which is absolutely amazing because I know some people are not quite as flexible, and so I really do appreciate it and make sure he knows that I appreciate that he lets me do that, because I know some people are not in the same boat as me. So I am just getting ready quick. Gemma just came down to lay. Okay, this is Gemma. This is my black shower cap. Do anybody else that have black cats think everything that's black is their cat? Like, if I have my glasses off, Lord help me, because even with my glasses on or like my contacts in, oh my, I think everything is Gemma. I'm like, Gemma, and then I'm like, okay, that's a black t-shirt. Like, people joke about that in like memes and stuff, whatever, videos, and I'm like, no, but it's so true. Like, I do that all the time. So I feel like blush, this is the one area that probably takes the longest, is blush, because like you put it on, it looks so intense, so you blend it out, and then it's like, where did it go? Like, it's insanity. I mean, I feel like you can see it, but once I powder, I feel like 2 hours into the day, I'm like, okay, all the blush I applied is gone, and it's gone. So yeah, but I don't know that I need to film the rest of myself getting ready, but I guess I'm like halfway done. Just gonna do a quick powder. I've been not using my loose powder quite as much and trying to leave my skin like a little bit dewy looking. And I've found that I feel like with this e.l.f. underneath, I feel like I kind of don't have to use a highlighter. So that's been nice. Okay, I think I'm just gonna literally do brows, mascara. These are the tools for it. Setting spray. Let's hit this quick. Let's do that. And then I'll be moved on. Okay, I'm officially at my desk logging in to my computer. I find that when I'm at home, I feel like my computer will take so long to boot up some days. But while it's booting up, I did just want to share like some of the things I'm going to do to kind of get organized for the day once it arrives. So first, I am going to go through and check out, I saw another admin post this, and it's been life-changing for me. So it's basically, in a very, very simple terms, it's just like a running list of things for your executive. And they like, the more remote you are with your executive, or like the less you talk to them, the more often you're probably sending it back and forth. I talk to my executive quite often, but days like today when he's gone, it comes in more handy. So it's basically like a giant list of things you need to discuss. They called it the end of business summary. Like every day, end of business, they would kind of send it and communicate it to their executives. So that's just what I've been referring to it as. But basically I just keep this running list, and then at the end of the day, if I have a bunch of things that like we didn't address during the day that I have on my list, I will send it then. But sometimes just like kind of the nature of how we work together, it's more efficient to actually send it in the morning because I know he goes through all his emails in the morning. So essentially what I will do is I will just keep this running list of like questions I have. A lot of them generally are calendar related because I handle the calendar. So there'll be like people asking for his time internally, externally, also like things we need to move around, or maybe a meeting comes up that's from somebody more important, but he has a different conflict for something. And so even if it's not like asking questions, sometimes I'll just put in their updates like, hey, so-and-so scheduled time on your calendar for later this week, because I just kind of manage all that. He doesn't really have that stuff turned on just because it's a lot of extra emails when I can just tell him it happened. So, when I'm working, he has that stuff kind of turned off. So I'll just throw those things in there. And then any other updates or questions I have, I'll just pop in there. So at the start of every day, I go through and see what happened overnight. So generally, he will be working on his email a lot later than me. And since we work with people in 2 other different time zones, a lot of things will kind of happen after I go home. I try to be really good about like not working, not after hours, but like once I go home, I really try to shut it off unless I see something crazy coming through. So I go through in the mornings and like recheck what happened overnight. So maybe he sent some emails and committed to some things that I need to follow up on, or people send things overnight that I need to ask him about or whatever. So I usually start my day by going through that and just updating that. And then sending it off to him. So because he's gone today, I probably won't send it right away in the morning. I'll probably send it at the end of the day today. But I just have found like that was a great system that admin had shared, and I've just been like tweaking it to fit my needs. So I hope this helps somebody else, because I feel like it's so simple, but also it's been so helpful in me staying organized. Because if I send it to him in the morning and we catch up in like, say I send it by like 9 o'clock and we catch up at 9:30, if he didn't respond to it and we're actually going to talk in person, he has all the topics that I want to talk about. And so we just literally go through the list. But also when he's gone, like say he's traveling and he's just reading his email,
he can just respond to things and be like, okay, yes, move this. No, I don't want to do that. Whatever the case might be. And then if there's things that he skips on there, then like I'll just leave them on the list and address them the next time we talk. So it's been really, really beneficial. So I generally start my day with that and just see like what is happening overnight. And then once I do that, I'll kind of just like stack my emails. I think I've talked about this before. I use the stack method for my email inbox. So I'll clear out my inbox using the stack method and then go through and kind of create my task list. So I'm using still, I've been really good about using this. I'm really happy with my system I have. I have the productivity method planner by Grace Beverly. You can find these at theproductivitymethod.com. I can leave that link down below, but they do ship from the UK. So it is a major bummer to pay for the shipping it costs to ship these, but I get a ton of use out of these. So my week, I'll just show you. I need to make a new spread here. So this is what a blank spread looks like. And it's basically just, it's supposed to be for daily planning. So it's like your schedule, quick ticks, tasks, and projects, and then your 3 non-negotiables. I've been using this more as just like a giant overdue list of, not for the day, but just like things I don't want to forget. And because I'm not using it for the day, and this tab says, or this column says schedule, and a lot of things I do are involved with the calendar, I just put like meetings here and then I just list them and put little tick boxes by all these times, and I just list all the things I need to schedule. So I schedule for my executive, and then I also support one other person in kind of an administrative capacity. So I schedule meetings for both of them. So you never know who's going to come up and either request time, or like my one, not my boss, but my like peer I also help. He stops by all the time just randomly and it'll be like, hey, can you actually set up this time with so-and-so? Like his are totally always off the wall. And so I've been finding that this column, because before I just wasn't using it because I was like, well, I don't have anything to really put in there if I'm not using it for like a day. Like when I used it for a daily, I'd put in my schedule. So I've been finding it really helpful to put in meetings right here. And you can literally draw out this to-do table on a blank piece of paper if you want. But then this is kind of like my daily notebook. And yes, this looks hideous on the back, but this literally just came from Walmart. And it's probably like an A5. Like it's the perfect size and thickness. But I've really been wanting a daily duo. I've really been lusting after a daily duo after I've seen everybody posting recently their daily duos. So, excuse me, I've had a lot of like congestion here this morning. So now that the daily duos have recently released, I've been really lusting after a daily duo, but I initially was like, okay, I'm not going to buy one on a whim. It's literally like $90 for a daily duo. I never remember spending this kind of money on a daily duo. Like, what is this cost? I have no idea. So, initially I was like, okay, maybe I should just see if I like am even interested in a daily duo. And I was like, okay, I don't know why this just was an epiphany, like a light bulb I had. But I was like, I'm just gonna like draw the daily duo in my planner, like in this daily notebook I have, and just see like, do I like the layout? Do I get on with it, etc. And so it actually has been really nice. I'm trying to see if there's any of these that I could actually show you the page. Because it's so simple. All I basically did was down the one side. So I basically just like draw this line. I just get a ruler and I draw this line like a couple inches over, and then this side's my schedule and this side's my task, which is exactly how it's set up in the it's exactly how it's set up in the Daily Duo. I just don't know if there's any of these pages that I can show you, but I'll just draw this out quick and then show it to you, like, kind of for the day. But like I like open a new page and just like do 2 days at a time. And so I'll just do like both of these, and then I've actually really been liking it. And yes, the Daily Duo is dated and obviously it's already drawn out and things, but I have found this really nice. A part of me is like, okay, I feel like I really do like the Daily Duo, and then part of me is like, also though, I have this entire notebook, like I have this many pages left untouched, and then I know some people literally just buy an Erin Condren notebook, so they have the Erin Condren paper, and it's like $15, not $90. So I might do that. I've just been really, like I said, lusting after an Erin Condren planner, but not for $100. And like, I just don't, I think I would get on with an hourly because like I don't have enough moving parts in my life to support an hourly. Like to me, an hourly is more beneficial when you don't have a consistent schedule. Like I work the same hours every single day and I'm majority in the office. Like I don't have kids going to different appointments and things. So I feel like in my current life setting here, like what we have going on, it just doesn't make sense. And I don't really like the rest of the layout. So I feel like my only option is a Daily Duo, which I love. I've had the Daily Duo in the past, but I also don't want to spend $100 on something that I'm like not going to use in totality. Like I'm not going to spend $100 to use a month worth of pages. I would be so frustrated with myself. So I am going to start the day, kind of do those things I talked about, and then I'll draw out this little page and kind of have a little check-in and show you where I'm at maybe in like an hour or so. I also need to, when I'm reviewing the calendar here this morning, I need to figure out what I am doing. I need to run to the post office at some point today and pay. It's the last day of the month. It's the 30th. And I really need to pay my post office box dues because they're due today. I wasn't able to do it online or at the little kiosk, and they are most definitely due. So I also need to find time to do that. So I'm gonna have to plug that in my calendar somewhere here for the day. So let's get into it. Okay, it's only been probably like 15 minutes or so. I feel like I've gone through everything for the most part. I just wanted to show you. So this is my homemade double duo, Daily Duo, homemade Daily Duo. So basically I just write my schedule all along here, and I literally just like write in the times. Like this is all so simple. So like I have this meeting at 3:00, and then on this side, I write just my tasks in, and I just use this little like page flag to literally flag where I'm at. It's so easy, and I love that this folds over on itself, but it's also not very thick. So this isn't pre-filled out, and honestly, I didn't do this yet. I haven't even done anything with this because I knew this from yesterday, but I have down here, like with this little star, I need to update the agenda for our team meeting today, which is actually right here. So before I like get into my tasks and get overwhelmed and get other things in my head, I'm gonna update this agenda. So once I do that, then I'll probably go through, respond to my emails. I've moved them all in my inbox, but I haven't like gone through any of them. I've just moved them out, made sure nothing is urgent or pressing. But I'll do this, then do my email, then I'll go through and actually put my tasks down and kind of get organized for the day. But like, this is pressing. So like, I just want to get it out of the way, get it taken care of. Yesterday on my list before I left, I was like, star, like I need to do this tomorrow, immediately once I start working. So gonna get into that. It's just after 9. So kind of gonna get started, dive in. I really only have that one meeting, like I said. So I have a feeling it's just gonna be a very quiet day from the lack of emails we had this morning. I feel like it's going to be quiet, I don't know. We'll see, I guess. Hello. Just having a little after lunch check-in. So, ran my errands at 11:30. Timed that perfectly because it started raining like not that long after I got home, and rain was in the forecast today, so I definitely timed that out well. And it was like a little bit before the craziness of like everybody on their lunch break, like driving around town. So that was perfect. Came home, ate a little bit, had a quick lunch, and now we are back to here. And I just have to say, working from home, this is Gemma. You can't see her. There she goes. She's on my lap. This is the one thing about working from home is like Gemma doesn't understand. Like, hi, I need you to not be bothering me right now. Thanks. Like, she is, she just doesn't get it, obviously. She's a cat. So, we'll see what happens when I have my call later today. Generally, hopefully she'll just lay down and like take a nap. I might have to like give her some treats or something first so her belly's full, she's feeling, you know, good, then she can lay down, she's feeling cozy, whatever. So might have to do some of that. But just kind of like getting back on after work to see what the afternoon's gonna bring. I know I said earlier it's definitely gonna be quiet today, and it has been, which I feel pretty good about. I feel like I haven't like done a lot, but I feel like I've gotten through a lot of emails, and there's always this weird balance of like emailing because like email is like the plague of corporate America. Like you could work your email all day and not do any actual work. Like that's just my personal opinion. I have like a little bit of a love-hate relationship with email, leaning more towards the hate side. Like I just think email is such a time waster, but we don't have to get into that today. So there is this balance to me of like working your email, but to me working your email is not really working when you have tasks to do. Like if you're only paying attention to your email, you're never paying attention to your tasks. So I try to stay out of my email as much as possible. Obviously today it's proving a little bit more difficult because I'm covering for me and my boss. So I'm trying to stay on top of like a little bit of both situations, but hopefully this afternoon, I feel like I just got Gemma hair on me. Hopefully this afternoon, between now and my like 3 o'clock call and like after that's over, because I don't think it'll take very long, I'll be able to kind of dive in a little bit more and get some work done. I have a lot of calendar things I kind of just need to clean up and like finish up from yesterday and things like that. Otherwise, I feel like that's majority of what I have going on for the day. So like the rest of the afternoon, I need to kind of go through my tasks. As you can tell, this is how like I've only been in the email because this is the status here still. Not a single thing written down. So clearly I've been just like a little bit scattered all over. People have been IMing me, things like that, taking random phone calls. So I've been doing that and getting those things taken care of, but I need to like dive in and get some actual things done for the afternoon. So if you work in like not like, say you're a nurse or something, you're probably like, this is not relatable whatsoever. I hope the corporate America people out there like sit at a desk in this same type of environment feel me. Let me know down below. The workday is officially done. I just relocated from the office to the couch because I am ready to just like chill out for a little bit. The workday was not that intense, and obviously I'm sure it's because I was at home, but we had our team meeting. It literally could have lasted like 10 minutes. Like nobody had anything to say. It was so depressing. We ended it like probably at least a half hour early, if not a little bit more. Terrible. But whatever. We tried it. So there was that. So and I'm sure it was because the boss was gone. Like mostly he gives updates, like the executive I work for. He generally like leads the meeting and stuff, so I led it in his absence, and like not a soul talked. Shocking. So we had that, but then I like got kind of caught up on some of my other stuff. My emails pretty much cleared out. I scheduled a lot of meetings that I had kind of just like loose ends waiting to be tied up on. So I feel really good on the day. And I feel like it was a low drama day. I feel like the last 10 or so days have been just super drama filled. Why does his hair look like super gray? Why? Like, it looks almost gray in this clip right here. Why is it doing that? Anyway, yeah, I'm just glad like today was a pretty much drama free day, if you will. But we'll see what tomorrow brings. I ended the day by sending off my end of business summary to my boss. We'll see if he looks at it or we will chat tomorrow. But yeah, I pretty much just got things cleared out, and Corey is going to go meet the guys tonight. So I have some leftovers from the other night that I'm going to heat up. But I think for about at least 20 minutes or so, I'm going to sit on the couch and, oh, that's my hand. I have Gemma here with me. She is been laying here since my meeting at 3 o'clock, and it is now 5:30. Classic Gemmer. But I'm going to join her on the couch, and I'm reading this book, which is called To Love and to Loathe. Sorry, reading that through the screen. I totally just picked this up because it was just like on a cart, like waiting to be restocked at the library. And I was just like, of course the spine said romance, and I was like, ooh, what's this? It's actually, I'm not that far into it, but it's funny because it's set in like the 1800s in London. And so just like the mannerisms, the way they describe like what people are wearing, like what women can do, and like it's a romance, but it's so funny because it's like in the 1800s. Like, it feels so, I don't know, like I feel like today's romance books that are set in today are like, sometimes they get very explicit, like out of nowhere. And I feel like this one, like the way they describe their clothes, like their shirts are like up to their throat, you know, it's just like so funny, the difference to me. I don't know. So I'm gonna read this. I'm like kind of, I wouldn't say I'm quite halfway. I guess I wasn't as far as I am, but I'm kind of getting a little bit hooked. And I know I've talked about this in another video of mine, but once I start reading romance books, like I just get super hooked on them, and then I like can't put them down, and I forget all my other responsibilities because I'm like, I have to know what happens. I have to finish this book. And honestly, like they all end the same. They always end in the guy gets the girl. Like, why am I so obsessed? You already know when they introduce the first two characters who's gonna end up together. Like, you know every time. But like I get so personally invested, like I have to know what happens. So I'm trying to be better, but because I just had a work from home day, I'm chilling a little bit. I would have probably been spending this time driving home anyway. I'm gonna treat myself to a little bit, like sitting on the couch here, and then I will eat my leftovers and actually do some things tonight. So while Corey's gone, I do actually want to try to get some just like things done around the house or like personal things done. So that is my plan, but that was a little bit of a rambly end to a work day in my life here. But yeah, just wanted to kind of take you guys along on the day and let you know what happened. So thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.